I look forward to talking to you guys next time in episode number 4. And by the way, since I am so light, there's some exciting things about to go down tonight, so stay tuned. And here we are again. Thank you guys for clicking on episode 4. It is going to be a fantastic afternoon. It's Sunday, my favorite day of the week. We still get to train, which is awesome. I'm feeling okay, which is nice. So it's just overall going to be a great day.
Sometimes it gets hard trying to reach my goal. Sometimes I pretend like I'm real close. Sometimes I have to put my life on hold. Sometimes I can't dream because I'm still I'm still
So if that seemed a bit promotionally to you guys, that is because that is exactly what it was. I was doing a promotional spot for PES. I figured I wanted you guys to see it too. I put a lot of work into editing that, I'm sure. And the bad part is, there's a 100% chance that someone is going to be offended by it. I mean, more offended than like if I insulted their family. That's how upset someone is going to be. But the good news is that there is a 100% chance they will get over it. And, I know that there's a lot of online marketing, especially with PES. So if that bothers you, then on behalf of all of the affiliates with PEScience, 30% link in description. So I really need to be careful here on squats. I want to push it. I'm supposed to work up to 350 pounds. It's just not going to happen, guys. It's not the way I'm feeling. But what I found myself doing in these warm-up sets is really favoring my right side because the left side is where I feel the pain, which is not what I want. That's where you create a bunch of problems. So I need to either commit to it, do it right with lower weights, or just not do it at all. And we'll see how these next few sets go. Like I said, you really take for granted when you're just coming into the gym injury-free. And now it's like you're second-guessing every little thing that you do. So definitely some obstacles there, but we'll make it through. Heaviest I worked up in a long time, 275. I'm gonna show you a guy's worst nightmare and a dream come true for a girl. So this belt used to be very tight when I was at the peak of my bulk, right? So I haven't changed it since I started cutting for some reason. So you can see if I latch it very, very high, then it's fine. But if I push it down even a little bit, it just falls right down. Now, if you know anything about an insert, that should not happen. So, needless to say, I need to eat. So the good news is the strength is definitely still there to move the weight, but it's just that feeling, And I was texting Harry, and he was like, "Don't do anything that causes pain outside of the normal discomfort that you get from lifting weights." And I'm kind of flirting with that line right now. So instead of 3 sets at 350, I'm gonna do 2 sets at 275. Not quite what we wanted, but we're alive, You just gotta smile. Oh, you wanna hear more of my first world problems? Well, since you asked, I came back from Colorado for a week, right? And my house just blew up. The garbage disposal was broken, my toilet's leaking, and something's wrong with the dishwasher. And I'm like, how does it happen? They're perfectly fine before I left. So, I say that to say I was gonna walk inside and use the bathroom, but I can't do that because it's broken. I got other bathrooms in the house, but then I'd have to take off my shoes and walk upstairs, and man, it's a struggle that I'm living here, guys. And not to mention, my neighbor is cooking up some barbecue and it smells so good. You see, if these are my life issues, I think I'm doing all right. Bench calls for 3 sets of 6 reps at 210 pounds. Somebody upstairs is looking out for me. My favorite song of all time just came on. And I mean my favorite song ever, my favorite band is called One Less Reason. You've probably never heard of them, but they are amazing. I couldn't even tell you the last time I did an overhead press. We're just starting light, 125 pounds, 3 sets of 3 reps. So it looks like next thing we have up is calves. That's funny.
My ambitions have me dissing those creating distance from me and my goals.
You know, I'm a very simple guy. I don't need or ask for much, but one of the things that I love, that I always look forward to, is just taking a walk. It's one of my favorite things in the entire world. It's just so relaxing, and I try to make sure I get in at least one 30-minute walk every single week. Sometimes it doesn't always happen. Like today, I try to talk myself out of it. I was like, I don't got time for that, but forcing myself to get it done. I always feel better once I do it, help clear my head a little bit.
The same hurt, cause I'm still woke, but my dreams keep teasing me.
So if you saw episode 3 where I talked about my big lie, I woke up this morning at 166 pounds, which you guys can probably imagine what that means is gonna happen tonight. Now, one of the reasons that I'm just motivated to do one more food challenge, well, not one more like it's gonna be the last, but I just released the breakfast food challenge this morning and it's already got over 1,000 likes. If my videos, if those food challenges start to get 1,000 views or 1,000 likes in 24 hours, I'll just keep doing these things, man. You know I'm a sucker for those views, and I'm really glad you guys enjoy them. They are somewhat fun, but I know I'm gonna get a lot of questions on like how I keep doing these cheat day challenges or how I have these cheat meals, and I get a lot of emails about it, and how do I prevent body fat after doing that, and it's kind of an extensive answer, so maybe I will dedicate the rest of this video to that, because this will be kind of behind the scenes of, or I want to say prepare. I don't really prepare for them at all. I just do them, and I just go about my day. So we'll talk about that a little bit later in the video.
Yeah, just to get it through to you, switching.
All right, my friends, I'm gonna switch over to the nice camera and switch gears, move on to that food challenge video that I was talking about. So wish me luck. I'll talk to you all very soon. I'm gonna get real confused in the editing process, switching back and forth between videos, but if you're watching back to big right now, just know I just finished off 3,000 calories, a little bit more, in about 30 minutes. So I think we're well on our way to the big part. Maybe not big muscles, maybe just big old gut.
Through the city with the crew screaming we them boys. We up next like we with Khaled, call it feeling we the best.
So you guys are gonna get a sneak peek of these beautiful cookies I'm about to try for the food challenge, because you guys hold a special place in my heart. Because believe it or not, there's some people that only watch my food videos, and that drives me crazy, because I think this series especially is so much better than those videos, but I use them as a tool to bring other people into these videos, which I think are much more impactful and can actually help people. Okay, so I wrapped up the food challenge video. It's going on about 9:30 right now. What I'm gonna do is go to bed pretty soon, and then I'll wake up tomorrow very well fed. I'm sure I will not be hungry at all. Probably have my half scoop of PES protein in my coffee, and that's it. And then we will hit the gym, and hopefully all goes well.
Sometimes it gets hard trying to reach my goal. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I pretend like I'm real close. Sometimes, just sometimes I have to put my life on hold. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I can't dream because I'm still.
Do you ever have days that you just can't speak? It's like the hardest thing to do in the entire world. I feel like I would be better off trying to solve the world's hardest math problem than just to finish a sentence without... Ugh. Okay, today is a new day. We are gonna try this again. Let's try this again, guys. So yesterday now, I went to the gym just to do some isolation type stuff, a lot of fluff work, no real compounds. I'm hoping that in the next few weeks, this is actually going to turn into a deadlift day. We're just trying to kind of ease my way back into programming, and obviously with this injury I got going on, it's not so easy. But what I really wanted to end this video doing is just talk about cheat meals. Now, I don't want to get lost in the minutia of the word cheat meals. I know it comes with some negative connotations. It's probably not the best term for it, but I use it for, well, 2 reasons really. One is for the search engines, and 2 is because when I say that, everyone knows what I'm talking about. But when I do a cheat meal or when I do a food challenge, everyone comes at me with the same questions, and even though I've done like 3 or 4 videos on the same subject, I know a lot of you guys are newer, or believe it or not, some of you don't watch all my videos, which is terrifying. But I'll just discuss it, hopefully, somewhat briefly. So the big thing I want to point out here is that I have been doing this for a lot of years. This working out, this fitness thing is no flavor of the month thing for me. So the consistency over the years, eating well, eating within my macronutrients, puts me in a good position to be able to go out and indulge in bigger meals like this without seeing too many negative repercussions in terms of body fat. Now, the majority, like the average person out there, you know, they're not sticking to a strict diet every single day like I am for the most part. They're having these little mini cheat meals maybe every single day. It just doesn't feel as bad. Maybe they're having a little dessert at night, or maybe they're having, I don't know, a few extra Pop-Tarts in the morning, whatever it is, and then they go out and then try to enjoy one of these bigger meals, which puts them in an even bigger caloric surplus. And that's where the damage is done. Now take that and compare it to me, for example, where a lot of weeks I'm actually in a caloric deficit during the week. Say Monday through Friday, I'll be in a caloric deficit, and maybe Saturday and Sunday, I'll go into a surplus. So what that does is kind of evens things out a little bit. You guys know I like the term debits and credits, but if I'm in a big surplus and one of those cheat meals, right, but I'm in a deficit during the week, it kind of evens out a little bit depending on how well I do it, as opposed to if you're in a surplus all the time and then do one of those big cheat meals, yeah, you're going to be in a surplus, which leads to excess body fat. You guys get where I'm coming from here. So it really is just as simple as that. Now, again, this is a lifestyle choice that I've made for a lot of years now. So I think that most people, what they do is they go on these really strict diets for 2 months, and then they forget about it for a month, and then they might go on a diet for another few weeks, and they kind of follow that same pattern. So they can't really get away with as much as I'm able to, because this is, I mean, day in, day out for me for the most part. So that is the biggest suggestion. And you guys, honestly, my overall recommendation to all of you is go out and enjoy these types of meals just in moderation. That's the key. I know I'm a broken record here, but you cannot lose all of your progress from one single meal. I promise you. I don't know one person in the world that's like, the reason I am overweight is because of Thanksgiving 1996. I just overdid it and was never able to fight back from that. Come on, guys. You know better than that. So that is where I think we'll just leave it like that, because I've talked long enough. If you have any more questions, please feel free to contact me. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And honestly, this is kind of random, but I made something fantastic last night. It was oatmeal, which I'm excited to have carbs again. And then I put in protein powder and then some sugar-free, fat-free pudding mix, and then put that into the fridge. And then it was like, oh, it caked up. Okay, you guys don't care at this point. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. You guys could have been doing anything, and you chose to spend a few minutes with me. That's pretty awesome. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. That really does help me out a lot. I mean, you made it to this point. You had to have liked something, right? I look forward to talking to you guys next time.